Hi everyone! With the cost of food going up in the grocery store, now more than ever, it's important that you know how to grow your own food. So I'm going to show you 3 easy food crops that you can grow now in December. They're going to save you a ton of money at the grocery store. Now this video is especially geared towards southern gardeners who can grow all winter long, mild winters, little to no frost. But you northern gardeners, don't click away because these are crops that you can grow early in the spring so you can save a ton of money on your groceries. The first one we're going to cover are greens. Now, who doesn't love an absolutely delicious garden fresh salad? You can save a ton by growing them yourself. There's tons of different greens you can grow, but I'm going to talk about my 3 favorites. The first one being lettuce. Now, you don't need a ton of space to grow any of these vegetables. Lettuce is no exception. You can grow it in a small space in a small little container about this size. This is a 1-gallon Smart Pots. Super easy to grow. You could also grow it in a little 5-gallon container here. This is a 5-gallon Smart Pots, and all you have to do to plant lettuce is just sprinkle seeds over the surface of the soil, press it in about 6 weeks you're going to have your own fresh tasty lettuce. It's so delicious to grow it yourself. Tons of different colors and varieties you can grow. My second favorite green is kale. Now would you look at this gorgeous purple kale? This is a KX kale. It's so beautiful. Kale is a power green. It's super expensive to buy organic kale in the grocery store. You can be healthy and juice it, put it in smoothies, eat it in salads. It's absolutely delicious. Also grows easily from seed in containers, raised beds, or an in-ground garden. Now, one of my third very favorite greens is red mustard greens. They're right here in this container, and they grow so quickly and so easily from seed, and you'll be hard-pressed to find these in the grocery store. So by growing your own greens, not only are you saving a ton of money, but you're growing your specialty greens, which are super expensive to buy organically in the grocery store, and you can grow them all in a little container in a small space. The second food crop to plant in December are peas. Now peas, like lettuce, are a cool weather vegetable. They love temperatures under 75 degrees or less, and they produce over a long period of time, will even tolerate a frost, just in case you southern gardeners get a frost. So let me show you some peas that we planted maybe a month or 6 weeks or so ago, right here in this raised bed. Don't need a ton of space. They're growing here and they'll be climbing up over the sunflower stalk. They're just starting to wind their way around the stalk, but they will be producing a ton of peas probably until February or March, and we'll really be enjoying them here in the garden. Now let me show you some that I have growing in a container. So again, don't need a ton of space. Get out there and plant your peas. Let's go. We had a couple of days of rain, so the peas in this 15-gallon Smart Pots are absolutely loving life. They're just starting to poke through the soil. I planted them just a couple of weeks ago, but peas are super easy to plant from seed, especially in a container. You can even plant them in a container as small as 5 gallons. These are Sugar and Snap peas. They're in my fall garden seed collection or my pea seed collection. Super easy and quick to grow your own food, to grow your own peas. You just poke some pea seeds into the soil, cover them up, and you are good to go. A few more weeks, they'll be popping right through. The third food crop that you can easily grow in December in southern climates are herbs. Now, herbs are one thing that's super expensive at the grocery store. You can easily grow them yourself, flavor your food, and it just feels so fun to grow your own herbs and to pop out here and pick them and to throw into your dishes. So 3 herbs that I really love to grow in the wintertime are parsley, cilantro, dill, and I'm actually going to add in a 4th one, and that is chives. Super easy to grow from seed. You can also grow them in containers. I've got dill and parsley right over there. You northern gardeners can grow them inside right now as well, but southern gardeners just come out and spread your seeds out. Now, cilantro and parsley take a little bit of time to germinate, so it's a great idea to plant them right before it rains. Cilantro seeds have a nice hard outer shell, and what I like to do to get them to germinate just a little bit quicker is to crush the outer shell with a rock or a rolling pin. It breaks that outer shell, then you can sprinkle them over the soil and they'll germinate a lot quicker. So just sprinkle them in here. And you can see here I've got some little cilantro seedlings just popping up that I planted a couple weeks ago right before a rainstorm. And also some little parsley seedlings just popping up here too. Now I'm going to fill my herb garden in with just a few more seeds so that you guys know how to plant them as well. I've got their cilantro in there. I'm going to throw in some more parsley seeds. And again, cilantro and parsley can take up to 2 weeks to germinate, so be patient and make sure that you keep the seeds nice and moist as they're germinating. So I'm just going to pull back the mulch here just a little bit and sprinkle in my parsley seeds. You can see how tiny they are. Then when you're covering up your herb seeds, cover them up very, very lightly with soil because they are super tiny. And parsley is such a delicious herb. I think it's a pretty underrated herb, but it adds such great flavors to your food, and it's really fun to put in salads. It's just so tasty. Now dill is super easy to plant and very easy to germinate, loves the cool weather. I've already got some dill seedlings popping up in the back of my herb garden. The seeds smell amazing, but I'm going to sprinkle a few more seeds back in here just to fill this row out. And here, let me show you what the seeds look like. You might have used dill seeds in cooking, and you might have used them to make dill pickles. It's such a versatile herb, and I always love to have plenty of dill around. We love to eat it on scrambled eggs. So just sprinkle it in. Herbs are just so easy to plant and so easy to grow. Sprinkle the seeds, cover them up. You've got yourself a nice little herb garden growing. I think one of the most versatile herbs I love to grow are chives. Now here I have some chives that have been growing in this garden bed for a couple of years, and you can easily divide your chive plants to make more chives all over your garden. Go back and watch the video that I have on how to do that. You'll have endless chives and lots to share with your friends and neighbors. But here I'm just going to plant a couple more chives in this container. Chives grow so easily in a container. And it's so easy to plant your own food and grow your own garden grocery store from seed. You save a ton of money and it's a lot of fun too. So here I already have a couple of chives growing. I'm just going to pop in a couple more seeds to kind of fill this container out a little bit more. I'm spacing them maybe 3 or 4 inches apart. This one's actually growing in my indoor garden. And you just cover them up, keep it well watered, and you're good to go with fresh, tasty chives to harvest well on their way. With these 3 food crops, greens, peas, and herbs, you'll have plenty of garden fresh salads, peas to top your salads with, and herbs that really punch the flavor up of your food. Tons of resources here to help you out. We're going to be growing through the rest of 2022 and all into 2023. Lots of videos on how to grow each one of these in depth. I'll link everything in the video description. My challenge to you is this. Grow your own food, grow your own groceries. If you're already gardening, expand your garden so you can save more money at the grocery store. If you haven't started yet, jump in. Even if it's with just 1 small container of lettuce, start simple, get your feet wet. I guarantee you'll be addicted. I've got all the resources you need to know how to grow your own food. Head over to CallieKimGardenandHome.com. Grab my book, Organic Gardening for Everyone, Homegrown Vegetables Made Easy. It's a great place to start. We'll show you how to grow from seed to harvest. And grab some seeds while you're there. I've got greens, peas, and herbs all in my fall garden seed collection. Also great to grow in the wintertime. And you get 20% off through December 12th with the code Grow Food, and you're also going to get a free Bring on the Pollinators cool season flower collection, so you can also bring in the bees to pollinate your vegetables. So I want to know down in the comments, are you in? Are you ready to grow your own food and learn how to do it together? Let me know. I look forward to reading your comments. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on the next video.